this. Hear that battering ram coming from the nation's capital? It's the constitutional wrecking crew. Yes, defending the free exercise thereof. Congress shall pass no law stopping the free exercise thereof. To discuss this is the founder of the PatriotAcademy.com, Rick Green. Rick, a football coach kneeling at midfield, and so what? And they got it right again.
Yeah, Steve, listen, the restoration of constitutional principles at this point, I could get used to this. Think about what the left wants. They want you to only have people working in public schools that have no religion, that have no faith, and that would never want to express their faith on a break or after a football game on their own. They only want people, as the Supreme Court decision said, that would eschew religion, that would not have anything to do with it. What the court said in this case was, no, people of faith have an equal right to be able to be in that public square and express their faith. This is a restoration of the free exercise of religion, just like the restoration of the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms, even in these left-wing states like New York, and now also the restoration of federalism so that states can decide on abortion rather than the court. These guys are getting it right, and gals, I should say, on the Supreme Court over and over again, and it's exciting to see.
Yeah, it is. And it's not done yet. I've been talking about this case a bit today, but West Virginia v. EPA, that could change everything in the regulation nation because it would stop the Green New Deal in its tracks. It would stop OSHA from telling landlords when they can collect rent and when they can't, like they did during the COVID pandemic. Oh, there's a moratorium on rent and we're going to extend it. How is that their job? Again, it's mind-boggling. And here's something else we've learned, Rick. We are damn lucky that Merrick Garland is not on the U.S. Supreme Court. That's a fact.
Yeah, listen, man, let's say thanks to the folks that got us here. As much as I'm not a fan of Mitch McConnell typically, had he not stood his ground and been firm in not allowing Garland to end up on the court, we wouldn't be here. Had Donald Trump not been elected in 2016 and had the courage and the persistence to appoint not one, not two, but three justices that would uphold constitutional principles. Listen, I mean, we owe a lot to those folks that toiled in the minority for many, many years. Justice Thomas and Justice Alito for many years were losing and trying to restore the Constitution. And now they finally have a winning hand, and we're getting victory after victory in every one of these decisions. It's all about restoring federalism, restoring constitutional limitations on government. These are fantastic victories. And as you mentioned, this EPA decision could be huge, once again putting the federal government in its place. And look at the difference in philosophies. What the Biden administration wants to do right now, they want to stop drilling in the Permian Basin in West Texas using the EPA to do that. So the difference in worldviews here, whether we're going to have lower gas prices because of good federalism and good decisions, or higher gas prices because of a crazy Biden administration, whether you're going to be able to live out your faith, whether you're going to be able to defend yourself and your family with the first law of nature, the right of self-defense. I mean, these are huge decisions, and they contrast the different Americas, whether the left wins or those who believe in the Constitution.
But hold on.
Yeah.
I want to be clear about something here. It's not because Roe v. Wade was about abortion. It's because it was a lousy decision based on almost nothing. Pulled it out of thin air. Going back and saying, Congress, you can't just give your power away to unelected bureaucrats in these agencies to do your dirty work. Doesn't work that way. I mean, when the IRS agent can show up at your doorstep with a gun on their hip, when the EPA agent can show up at your ranch with a gun on their hip, this is an agent of the government. This agency is enacting its own rules, its own penalties, enforcing its own laws, in effect, not the way it's supposed to work. There's going to be one more big decision coming, Rick. I'm telling you, it's going to be a monster decision, I think.
Well, and you know, Steve, you and I talked about this when the Alito decision in Dobbs was leaked weeks ago. The fact that the language in that decision, again, was not about, as you just said, just abortion. It was about the limitations of government, the proper role of the court, the proper role of the federal government, all of these things that made America great in the first place, these constitutional limitations, the separation of powers, the power being ultimately in the people's hands and the elected representatives and not unelected judges. I mean, these are tectonic decisions here. This is huge. And it gives us hope, Steve. We could save America after all. We could save liberty after all. I know people have doubted that over the last couple of years. Hold on to your
we
seats,
got a
folks,
shot.
and stay
Yeah,
in
we
the
got
fight.
a shot at saving this thing yet, Rick. You got that right. Rick Green from the PatriotAcademy.com. Check him out there. Rick, always good to see you.
Thanks, Steve.